India's most familiar images. By 5 in the morning, lakhs of men, women and children set out towards rubbish dumps and landfills to rummage through the mountains of garbage, their aim to find waste material that can be recycled. These are India's rag pickers. Who for generations have been part of an informal waste management system.
I will not be wrong if I say 70 to 80% of waste of this country is being picked up by rag pickers. Rag pickers are not being paid by the government authority. They charge household maybe around 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees per month. They collect waste, they segregate waste which is of value to them.
There are 2 million rag pickers across India, a large section concentrated in the big cities. Delhi NCR region and Mumbai have a population of 3.5 lakhs. And of the total population of rag pickers, 1.2 lakh children are actually under the age of 14. Manirul is 11 years old. We first meet him at the Vivekanand campsite.
Beta, idhar aao. Aap baat karoge?
He's shy and he knows that child labor laws make his work illegal, but is willing to take us home at the Kabadi Basti in Chanakyapuri, Delhi.
क्या करते हो आप फिर दिन भर?
ऐसे कूड़ा बीनते हैं।
कूड़ा बीनते हो और कुछ पैसे इकट्ठे कर लेते हो?
हाँ।
तो तीनों भाई एक साथ जाते हो?
नहीं, 2 भाई जाता है। 3 मूर्ति जाता है इधर माल चमाक पे सब जगह घूमते हैं।
और फिर आके फिर बीनते भी हो कि नहीं?
नहीं।
बस आके दे देते हो, फिर पापा करते काम।
Laws, people of this basti tell us, don't factor in economic realities. Manirul's entire family has been involved in rag picking. It's the only livelihood they've known for generations. And without each person's work, the family will not survive. Even Aslatun, Manirul's sister, who is lucky to go to school, spends most of her time out of class, rummaging through waste.
कबाड़ी का काम करते हैं, मेहनत करते हैं बहुत। मम्मा के साथ वो काम बटा देती हूँ, सब्जी काटने बोलते तो सब्जी काट देती हूँ।
और कबाड़ में हेल्प करते हो कभी-कभी थोड़ा-थोड़ा?
हाँ।
क्या करते हो आप? फिर क्या हेल्प करते हो?
वो मम्मी बोरी पकड़ने बोलते हैं तो बोरी पकड़ लेती हूँ।
और भैया लोग क्या करते हैं?
भैया लोग वो माल बोरी में ना माल ढालते हैं तो साइकिल पकड़ लेती हूँ।
It's a job full of dangers, of injuries from sharp waste material and from serious diseases that come from daily exposure to waste that is becoming more and more toxic. Take a look at these images carefully. As solid waste is not segregated in India, rag pickers have no idea what they will encounter. Here, along with the biodegradable waste, there are shards of glass, worse, even thermometers. At times, even toxic medical waste which should be burnt in the incinerators.
So the waste has everything. It has from your rotting vegetable peels and leftover food, and it has a lot of these toxic. We also throw in syringes, we throw in infected needles, because a lot of medical services are also happening in households nowadays. So we have doctors and compounders who come home. So all these go into the waste, and sanitary napkins, because our manufacturers do not make any special disposable bags. So soiled sanitary napkins, soiled and dirty diapers. So they are coming in contact with also a lot of fecal matter.
A fundamental reason for this is a complete absence of solid waste segregation. Most Indians at the household level have no concept or awareness of separating waste. And in public spaces, garbage cans like these are still a limited novelty.
No, they are not prepared to deal with such toxic waste because often they don't know the toxicity of the waste. So if you have a thermometer and if you have mercury inside the waste picker probably even does not know it's highly toxic, that when by touching it, it can go through your skin, into your blood and into your brain. And if it's a child waste picker, which we often don't like it, but we find them on the streets, then it's going to hamper their development permanently. So they're not aware, or the syringe lying in. A syringe could have been used by anybody. Could have been used by a patient with an infectious disease. It could have body fluids inside it, and they often take the syringe out to sell the plastic. And so you have a needle stick injury, and a needle stick injury, not only that fluid can go in, but also everything else in the waste. It becomes a point of where it becomes an entry point for the body. Biomedical waste, you can take simple precautions like breaking the syringe at home before throwing it, making sure there's no body fluid in the plastic syringe in case you're diabetic or something. So simple precautions taken at the household level can go a long way. And finally, of course, is segregation. We don't segregate waste, despite it's been talked about for a long time. Without segregation, there is no viable solution to sustainable solution to waste management. Segregation is key, is absolutely key to the whole situation.
As rag picking is entirely informal part of the unorganized sector, there's no protection for those at work. No gloves, no masks, no safety gear of any kind. Their own poverty means they're not even adequately clothed. Often bare feet, children, adults expose themselves to disease and illness. Here are the sad and alarming results of a survey done by Chintan, a Delhi-based NGO that works on waste management and on improving the lives of rag pickers. 94% of rag pickers were found to have respiratory problems, 52% lung function decrement or a reduced capacity of the lung, 48% suffer from chronic gastrointestinal problems, 84% of child rag pickers were anemic. Add to that a high incidence of tuberculosis found in rag picking communities across the country.
कभी सर में दर्द, जो हम काम करते हैं तो हमारे साथ रेगुलर एक न एक बीमारी लगा ही हुआ है. कभी सर में दर्द हो, आंखों में दर्द, बुखार आ जाते हैं, उल्टियाँ चालू हो जाती है, दस्त हो जाते हैं, बहुत कुछ, हाथ पैरों में दर्द होने लग जाते हैं, चबाते हैं हाथ पैर. तो यही सब बीमारी है. तो क्या करते हैं हम कि चलो शाम को घर जाते हैं या डॉक्टर से प्राइवेट से दवाई ले लेते हैं, खा लेते हैं, खाने के बाद दूसरे दिन फिर काम पे लग जाते हैं. ऐसे में क्या होता है मैडम कि हम लोगों के अंदर बीमारी चलते ही रहती है.
Manwara's husband has been diagnosed with tuberculosis. The doctor called it an occupational hazard.
तो ये जो जब से हमने ये कूड़े का काम घरों से उठाने का करने लग गए, जब से हमें कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो गया. फिर धीरे धीरे खांसी होने लगा. खांसी होते कुछ हम नशा भी करते थे, गांजा वगैरह पीते थे. तो हम तो बचपन से पी रहे हैं, उससे तो हमें उतना फ़र्क नहीं पड़ा. लेकिन इससे फ़र्क पड़ गया, जो कूड़े का बदबू अंदर गया, तरह तरह का कीटाणु जो अंदर गया, उससे हमारे को टीबी बन गया.
Mohammed Najir's casual reference to substance abuse is part of the dark reality of many rag pickers. Damned by the conditions they live and work in, cheap alcohol and drugs become a refuge. Even for children as young as 7.
कुछ नशे में भी पड़ जाते हैं और कुछ बच्चे तो ऐसे हैं कि ऐसे खाना पीना इतना भी टाइम से भी नहीं मिलता उनको, क्यों काम के धंधे में रहते, कभी उस कूड़ेदान में कभी उस कूड़ेदान में बीनते रहते हैं. कोई के इतने बच्चे हैं कि ख़त्म भी हो गए इस कूड़ेदान के चक्कर में, एक्सीडेंट हो जाते हैं, बीमार पड़ जाते हैं.
The abject poverty, the extent of disease and exploitation, story of the rag pickers, especially the lives have been extensively documented by NGO studies on the ground, series documentary makers, by photographers, young film students, by journalists, especially by the foreign media, which sees in it every third world. But on ground, the situation still remains the same. Part of the problem is that the importance of these rag pickers in the waste management system has never really been understood, merely exploited.
there is little data on the fatalities that occur, and as labour laws don't apply, the unorganized way the ragpickers work make them invisible.